to see me about a workers' comp claim, one of the things that they sometimes ask is, how long is all this going to take? There's no easy answer to that. It really depends on the person's injuries and whether or not they have a need for long-term care, whether or not they are still totally disabled or partially disabled and earning less money. Those cases, any significant injury case, any serious injury case where there's ongoing disability can potentially go on for the rest of that person's life. And sometimes I represent people their entire lives from the date they got hurt until the end. And that happens sometimes. Most of the time, cases are resolved in a relatively short period of time after the person is through with all their treatment. So those cases can be resolved, settled, or we go to court or whatever, and those cases can get resolved in a shorter term. But in certain circumstances with totally disabled claims, they can go on longer because of those needs, especially in situations where the defendants, the employer or the insurance company, are not being reasonable when it comes to resolving the case in a lump sum. They get settled that way often. However, there are certain employers and certain insurance companies in certain cases that just make a decision that they're not going to offer a reasonable amount in a lump sum. And in those situations, my advice to the client is don't settle. Keep getting the benefits. If they ever come back and want to be more reasonable, then we'll talk to them then. But in the meantime, you are much better off to continue to have them pay 100% of your medical and to continue to pay the disability check that you're owed rather than to take this smaller amount of money to settle the case. I'm never going to be in a position where I'm telling somebody they need to settle for less than the value of the case. That's just not the way to handle these. It can be frustrating, but that's going to be the advice. They're not offering enough. You need to stay in the system and let me fight to make sure that those benefits keep coming. If you have any questions about your case, if you feel like you may need help with your workers' comp claim, give us a call at Dodge Jones. I'm happy to sit down and talk with you and let you know what I can do to help.